Welcome to a special edition of, I don't really know what this is yet, but here at Liger Studios, we are excited to launch a new podcast called Social Chats. We got our super cool, awesome graphic behind Abby over here that we made just 5 minutes ago, but we're testing a few features, so please bear with us. Leave your feedback in the comments. Also, let us know if you have any questions. Let us know how this is going because we are testing some live features. But I am so excited to introduce you guys to some new Ligers, some unfamiliar faces around the office, if you will. Our summer intern, Abby.
Yes. Hi, nice to meet you all.
And our newest Liger, our social butterfly, Callie Driver.
Hello.
But we are excited to come to you guys today with some fresh new content. We're going to be talking TikTok, probably some Billie Eilish. We're sponsored by LaCroix today. We have a beautiful blend of...
How do you guys say that? Do you say LaCroix or LaCroix? Because somebody corrected me recently. I said, I'm going to go get a LaCroix. And they're like, no, it's LaCroix. And I was like,
no,
how do you guys say
LaCroix. It is 100%
Okay.
LaCroix.
I think I say LaCroix, but now that I know that, I kind of want to be like, we're sponsored by LaCroix. LaCroix today. It makes me feel like I'm like tropical, maybe having a little bit of, you know, something fun and bubbly during work.
Water.
It's like a special effervescent blend of apricot water.
But real talk, guys, TikTok, because that is just the hottest thing. I mean, that's all anyone. I was not aware of it.
It's the topic of today.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Okay, so before we start, I want to figure out who's what. Are you on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. I'm actually kind of anti-TikTok.
Right.
Because
Wait, you're a Gen.
I'm
you're
a Gen Z.
Wow.
Okay, so
hello. I'm the only member of Gen Z who's
Yeah.
not on TikTok.
Okay, so why are you anti?
Yeah.
I know, right? Okay, this is me being annoying, but also like definitely going against like my actions here. But I just like I don't want to get addicted to another social media platform. I'm already like I feel like I have a million things taking my attention like all the time, and I'm like I don't want another thing. Like I just don't. But then at the same time, I'm also like scrolling through Instagram for like 10 million hours a day. So really like.
So what has your attention? It's not TikTok, it's Instagram and...
Yeah, I would really just say Instagram. Like, I'm not even on Snapchat very much. Like, I kind of, but like also not really. Yeah, I would say it's mostly just Instagram. Okay. Online shopping.
Anti-TikTok. So what about like TikTok videos when you see them? Because inevitably you find one.
Definitely.
On the internet.
And like if my friends send them to me, like I'm gonna watch them, and I'm like, oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So do you have it downloaded on your phone?
I don't.
No.
And I've never had it downloaded on my phone.
All right. So
I've never.
So nobody has your data.
Oh, you heard it first.
Spyware.
A Gen Z without TikTok.
Everyone else is gonna get like all this dirt like spilled about them, and I'm gonna be watching everyone get exposed because I don't have TikTok. But the funny thing is, I did have Musical.ly back in the day. Like,
which was TikTok.
It was TikTok.
Was it still spyware?
What is
at
this?
that point?
I don't think it was. So before TikTok was so it happened.
I thought it was Vine before TikTok.
Okay,
no, Vine is completely gone. That died.
Right. That's rest in peace, Vine.
I think this whole like trend of short videos and stuff, like Vine was definitely the first to do it. My friends and I were like all about Vine. Like we thought it was the funniest thing, and like all the Vine compilations, like we would watch those things for hours. Like just I don't know, we thought they were funny. But then when Vine, after Vine kind of like died out, but before it was like officially like dead. There was Musical.ly, and Musical.ly was just like where people would make dances with like the music in the background. So it was kind of like TikTok, but it was like TikTok without like the funny stuff necessarily.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I can't listen to that Weeknd song. You know, the one that
Blinding Lights?
Cannot listen to without thinking of TikTok. Yeah, I like every time I hear it now, I will never hear it the same thanks to TikTok.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
then Musical.ly was bought and then became TikTok.
Well, that's an
I did not know
incredible,
that.
I feel like that's an incredible representation of, like, I think studies have shown typically the first business to do something is not successful, i.e. Vine.
Yeah.
And then it's actually the people who adopt and just, adapt or adopt and adapt so that they are successful. And TikTok has really done that aside from all this crazy, like, political and privacy setting situation
That's
going
really
on.
interesting.
But like, it is interesting, and that is just like the biggest.
I was just listening to a podcast today that proved that. It was talking about, this is random, but it was talking about like coconut waters. And you know how Vita Coco is like one of the biggest ones?
I use all the time.
Yeah, well, like Vita Coco had this bit, I forget which one it was, but it was like another coconut water brand, and they were so much better and more established, and they were constantly like taking all of Vita Coco's like little customer base, but they ended up failing, like they messed up, and so then you see like the second one is the one to succeed.
Yeah,
So
it's
an
just interesting.
I learned so much from you.
Yeah. So if you're looking to start a successful business, apparently you don't need original idea. You just need a cool idea and do it better.
Yeah, or have a cool idea, have that fail, and then your second idea will work better, hopefully.
No, maybe you're the one that comes with the cool idea, but you like make someone else do it first.
There you go. You be the guinea
You're
pig, and then I'll
like,
succeed.
hey, I've got a really good idea for you.
Business advice from Abby.
Yeah.
I like it.
Honestly, anytime you need advice, Abby is just
Oh my
the
God,
goat.
so not
Okay,
true.
Vanessa, do you have TikTok? Are you on the top?
Okay, so I did have TikTok on my phone. This is like this is like the most dramatic like relationship I've ever had is my relationship
With TikTok? I wish that was the most dramatic relationship I had.
Okay, so being a content coordinator and a social media enthusiast here at Liger Partners, when TikTok came out, I just knew I had to, it was within my job scope. I had to get on it.
It was a work thing.
Yeah, it was,
be a
and that's
better
what it
employee,
and
you
that's
had
what it
to
was
have
at the
it.
beginning. It's what it was at the beginning, but it quickly changed into a very toxic relationship because the algorithm, it does not stop. There's nothing like the algorithm on TikTok, and I think that's why they're so successful. Like
true.
TikTok is out here having thoughts I didn't even know that I had, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, I've never resonated with this more in my life. Like Instagram does a really good job with the algorithm, but you
does.
like TikTok,
okay.
I don't even know.
People
I
are
want to go
so
work for
creative
TikTok
on
just to
TikTok.
understand. It is insane.
I have made a TikTok. You guys can go look me up on TikTok. I have made one. The like board in the house. I did make a TikTok.
Did
I was
you?
one of those people during quarantine.
Nice.
Yeah, because my sister and I were like, I was like, what is all this hype about with TikTok? And I was like, this will be fun to make a video. And of course, went down that rabbit hole of the unhealthy obsession. But people are so creative on it.
They are.
And they're what, 10? I mean, that's the crazy thing is I was going through and I mean, kids.
Yeah. Kids.
Kids.
Yes.
Who
And
can relate
it's
to
crazy.
me in my life.
Well, I'll say too, like my friend has like sisters that are a lot younger. I think they're 9 or maybe they're 10. Maybe it's like 10 and 8, and they make TikToks. And they're really good. Like this one, like she makes dances. She knows all the dances, and she's constantly doing them. And I'm
That's
like,
insane.
It's so
Yeah.
creepy to watch. I'm
No,
like,
I will say though, like I'm always at Piedmont Park, like that's where I run, and there's always like little kids, not little kids, but there's always kids making TikToks, and I just want to cheer them on. They look so cute. They're out here having like the best time of their life. Like people like don't like it because people are constantly on their phones, but I think TikTok is a lot more unifying than Facebook ever has been because like everyone's out here dancing. Like I think that's so fun.
So,
Yeah.
like, what do you think that makes TikTok so successful? Because, I mean, the whole concept of it is you're making these fun videos, but essentially it's almost like getting in people's brains. Like the ones where they're sitting there going, you know, when you have like a thought process and somebody makes a funny video and you're like, no, but I've actually like either had a dream or a thought or like emotion connected to that. Like, that's what blows my mind.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So one, I think the ability to be as creative as possible, like the possibilities are endless, and it's just a market that's always changing. Like no one's ever going to just be like peak TikTok. Like it's constantly going to be evolving. It comes out with new features. They're creative. Also, it's quarantine. They have nothing to do but just like think of ideas for
gosh,
TikTok
yeah.
because that's like, I think you ask kids now like what they want to be, and they want to be YouTube stars and TikTok influencers,
Yeah.
and like
Meanwhile,
why not?
I wanted
like
to be
they look
Hannah
like they're
Montana
fun.
when
I
was
was
a
about to
kid.
say when,
That
like,
was what
when
I
I was
wanted to
little, it
be.
was cool to be like a pop star. I was like,
Yeah.
what do you want to be when you grow up? Then I feel like
Right.
now it's like TikTok famous, you know?
Yeah,
but-
that's
Yeah.
a thing.
But like we had like Guitar Hero and Dance
Yes.
Revolution and the Connect Four
Yeah.
where we were dancing. But now these kids actually have like, hey, here's this cool dance. Like literally anyone can do it. I think TikTok is also really inclusive and it's very supportive to anyone who wants to be on it. I mean, there is definitely like a group, but we're not even going to get into that because I think it gets into politics, honestly. But it's pretty inclusive for the most part, where people, there's a lot, I mean, there's probably a lot of judgment just like any social media platform, but I think there's less judgment than there ever has been like on Instagram or Facebook.
Here's one thing I'm curious about. So I was thinking about it, and a lot of my friends will like make TikToks, but they keep them privated because they're like, they just do. But I mean, some of them don't. Some of them are like, I want to be TikTok famous more than anything in the
Yeah.
world, and I'm like, okay, girl. Or like, yeah, like some that have like 20,000.
It's kind of like the Instagram influencer. Like, I want to figure that out. I want to be sent to take pictures and go travel
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
But
make videos.
Here's my question: have you ever like, do you know any like, do you ever see people you know's TikToks? Like, do they ever come up? And like, if you did see them, what would your
Oh.
reaction be? Like, what if you were scrolling through TikTok and like you saw like a TikTok I made or something? Like, how would that make
Oh my
you
goodness.
feel?
If I saw a TikTok you made, I'd be like, yes,
Yeah.
and then I would
or
like
would
it.
you be like,
famous person.
or would you be like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm like watching my.
Honestly,
you know what I'm
though-
saying? I'm just curious.
So for me personally, seeing people, I would love it because
Yeah.
my favorite thing is knowing things about people. Like I love house sitting. I love like walking
Ooh,
dogs
Do you
for
go
people.
through people's stuff? Or?
I don't go through people's stuff, but I
She's-
love just stepping in the shoes of other people. And I feel like seeing TikTok,
Yeah.
you get to know sides of
Yeah.
people that you would not
That's kind of what
otherwise
I
get to
said.
know.
Yeah.
Like a fun
And-
side.
Exactly. Like, I think Kirsten Bailey, one of the content coordinators here, she has a TikTok and she has made photos. I mean, she has made videos, and Whitney has made videos on TikTok, and I love them. I'm like, you
Okay, I'm
guys are
definitely looking
so
Whitney up.
cute. Like,
Well, the funny thing was the other day I was talking to Whitney and she was like, one of your friends showed up in my TikTok feed the other day, and I was like, I have secondhand embarrassment right
gosh.
now.
That's
like,
so funny.
but being so far away from Colorado, I've never seen anybody that like I know because it's like regionally based. But I've seen a lot of creators like around Atlanta
Yeah.
where they've shown me different parts of Atlanta or parts that I've already known about, and also like it just it brings it more home. Whereas like on YouTube, like I see YouTube stars or whoever, and I don't know anything about these people.
Yeah.
But then you're actually bringing it in like to a regional place, and I'm like, wow, I really like this person. And then come to find out they're actually like probably live down the road from me, which is kind of
Yeah.
creepy, but also kind of cool.
yeah.
So
I think it kind of shows too with TikTok because for a while vlogging was like the big thing.
Yeah.
You know, people sit there and vlog their life.
yeah, like
You know,
that's
David
funny. I
Dobrik's
actually do
vlog
watch,
squad.
I do watch vlogs. I know that I do watch like YouTube.
But it's
like,
hard to keep. I mean, for me personally, now I can understand. With vlogs, it's hard to keep their attention. Yeah, so I think that's why TikTok too, where it's short videos where you
Yeah.
can get little snippets without having to sit there because a lot of vlogs, I feel like it's just like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is me
true.
in the morning making my coffee, you know, and
Plus,
it's like,
like-
cool, you're a real human.
you could sit there and watch a TikTok while you're waiting for the bus or while you're waiting
Yeah.
for something like 2 minutes before a meeting. I know that that's
Yeah.
not best practices. I do not do that, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
But you're not going to watch a blog. You're not going to
Yeah.
like
Right.
you're not going to a vlog. You're not going to do those things before
Ooh.
like in your downtime like really quickly.
Yeah, I have one more question. Okay,
Yeah.
what's the coolest thing you've learned from TikTok?
Oh.
Like, what is like is there something that you've like done or seen that you wouldn't have, but like TikTok showed you? TikTok made you
kind
do
of
it?
makes everyone almost like a video editor. You kind of learn how to, edit videos,
Yeah.
and how to film. I mean, that was kind of the coolest thing. I
Yeah.
crawled in my dryer to make mine. Like, one of the
You
clips
what?
is me in my dryer.
In your dryer?
In the dryer, or the washing machine. I'm sorry, it was the washing machine. Like, I'm sitting. You'll have to look it up. You
That
can look
is
up
too
Callie
funny.
Driver on TikTok. I'm probably gonna get a lot of people seeing a really embarrassing TikTok.
This is too funny.
Yeah, that's how bored I was during quarantine.
If you want to know.
It's really funny. I think TikTok is actually more than I'd like to admit taught me a lot of things. Like my eyeliner right now, learned that from TikTok.
No way.
My
I was
highlighter,
gonna
learned
say,
that from
good,
TikTok.
Okay.
My hair, I middle parted because TikTok gave me the confidence to middle part. Okay, my TikTok is filled with like beauty
Okay,
and
clearly,
stuff.
yeah.
Calm down.
Mine's like dog videos and dads dancing and
Yeah, no, mine is not full of funny videos. I don't know how I got far away from funny TikTok, which I regret because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But my TikTok is very much full of beauty, and I have a lot.
Well, it sounds like it's enhancing your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice because like I said, like I always tell you, like we need like women to teach us how to be better women. Like during quarantine, like we haven't had that social.
we need to learn
aspect.
during quarantine how to be better and look better
That's
because
not, that is not what I
we're
mean.
all clearly seeing people out and about. So what better way is sitting in quarantine? You need to look better for yourself.
That is definitely not what I
Sitting
meant.
there in your
by any
sweatpants,
means.
you need to have full contour, winged eyeliner, full. I'm just picturing Vanessa like full makeup, but then like sweatpants.
Well, listen, I've actually I didn't like sit down and put on makeup and practice. I don't know how women can do that. I wish I was somebody who could practice, but I don't. It's like I put it on when I leave. But during quarantine, like I wasn't wearing makeup. So when I came back out, it was like I actually forgot how to really do this stuff and like what did I wear before? But during quarantine, like that is not what I was. That was not
I've
what I
seen
was
like
doing.
people have learned on TikTok like really cool ways to like thrift clothes and like fix them, like re-sew them or like stitch them and make them like cool pieces. And I will say like, I mean, that's like kind of a cool, okay, that's cool for a lot of reasons, but also it's good for the environment.
Abby
like,
is not a normal Gen Z, is what we
I'm like,
I feel like that's actually pretty
stitch
normal.
my clothes.
I actually feel like that's pretty
go to
normal.
college and make your own clothes.
No, I think that that's so normal because one of the things with Gen Z that like we're seeing in the fashion industry is that Gen Z is more eco-conscious, which I mean I really
Sustainable,
appreciate,
yeah.
and I mean like I am Gen Z, like I like am like
I heard
in
like
that.
I forgot to tell you, I heard
But-
something it was called like Millennial Z.
Yeah,
or
there's that
something.
weird crossover
I'm that
now.
I'm that
Crossover.
weird
It was like-
crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean I love that because you guys are
I don't
smart.
fit in a box.
You guys, I
Yeah.
know. But like Gen Z, they're smart, they're savvy, they're eco-conscious, they're very conscious about others around them. They don't put themselves first, and like they are into things like learning how to sew and being more thrifty and like learning more DIY stuff. And I think that has really kind of shown me on TikTok like what Gen Z is like and how we can better like market to them, how we can better talk to them.
Yeah.
I think TikTok is a cool outlet. I think, you know, when you think about it from a generational perspective too, it's kind of interesting because it's a way for people to create and put things out there, but like without putting it into like a void. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like with a lot of the rest of the internet, like when you're growing like an Instagram name or like getting yourself out there on like YouTube, I think it's really hard. But I think with TikTok, like I don't know, there's I feel like you will get views.
No,
or, like, you
yeah,
will be able to.
it's like the Tumblr for Gen Z. I was never on Tumblr,
oh my
but I
gosh,
know
I forgot about Tumblr.
I know
That's
that-
a throwback.
I know, but I know that people met a lot of like were able to meet a lot of people on Tumblr.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I thought it was just where people went to rant and like express.
No,
feelings.
I've heard a
Tumblr
lot of
was-
people say like I made a lot of friends on Tumblr. I've never been on Tumblr, but I know like that was a
Tumblr
huge
confused
connection.
Me.
Reddit
I was
was-
kind of on it,
But
but it really threw me
so
off.
many social media platforms.
But TikTok kind of does the same thing Tumblr did, but it kind of connects you more with a person than it does just an account.
And
where
'cause
people
the videos are so short, it's like
Yeah.
no commitment, but people can share.
But with the algorithm, like your
Okay.
video doesn't just show up on your followers page. Like if anything, your followers don't even see your stuff. It's more so just like who TikTok puts it in front of
So,
with their algorithm.
it's kind of like a Socratic seminar.
Yeah.
Of like
So here's
social
my
media.
question, because I feel like so many social media platforms hit a peak where they're the most popular and then they fade out because something new comes
People
along.
get bored.
They get bored. And, you know, like for me, okay, so how you're not on TikTok, I don't do Snapchat. I deleted my Snapchat. And
I got
I have a
bored.
bunch of friends who are like, you're not on the Snap. And I'm like, no. Because if you want to, I found it was such a way for people to communicate. I cannot stand when people want to communicate via DMs
yeah.
on social media, like Instagram.
And I think Snapchat is
Never
the
tried
shadiest
Men
of
out
them
there.
all.
Let me just little side note PSA, just off topic. Quit sliding in the DMs to like hang out, ask her questions, date, get her number, give her a phone call, write her a letter. I don't care, just anything
her
else.
letters.
Write her
Yeah.
a letter, like bring letter writing back.
Petition.
Like that is one thing, and that's part of the reason why I deleted it, because it was so like people. I would have conversations that I was like, can you just text me about this?
Yeah. No.
or call me. We're trying to snap back and forth.
Why do you want to have a disappearing conversation with me? Why are you so shady? Yeah,
I know.
I've
Like
never
that,
I've never understood it either. That's one thing why I don't.
But I feel like Snapchat, it's big, but it's not as big as it was when it first. Because I did it when I was in high school, and so that was like really big. But it leads me to wonder if TikTok's going to kind of be like how Facebook and Twitter, where they've shifted as platforms. Facebook was the social platform, and now, I mean, how often do you guys get on Facebook to? I look at cooking videos and puppy videos. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I think that this is all very cyclical, like everything like kind of ebbs and flows. Like eventually it has to die out. It just does. It's the nature of how these things work.
But what if it's banned?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, everyone's losing their minds over this.
Yeah.
I was kind of like,
I don't think TikTok
bummer.
is going to be banned.
I don't think so.
It's just not.
I will survive without TikTok. That's all I'm going to say. There are people out there who are actually genuinely upset.
So there's a boy who went to my high school who now is like monetized his TikTok, and he's like TikTok famous. He's in college now, but he has millions of followers. I was friends with him. He's a bit crazy, like off the chain, 100%.
What's his name? Call him out.
Yeah, wait, call him out. Name shout out. You know who you are.
JC
I was just kidding.
No, he really did. I'm name calling him,
JC.
calling him out. He's crying. He's a little intense. You can look at his TikToks and you'll be like, oh wow. He gets really passionate on there, but it's funny.
Love it.
Anyways, and I like him. Whatever. But the point of the story is that he is destroyed. Like, he's freaking out over TikTok not happening.
Yeah. Well,
Is he making like revenue off of it?
A lot.
Okay, I would be upset too. I would be upset
but
too.
to
He's
be
like,
fair,
he's like, I can't be jobless. And I'm
Okay.
like, JC, you can get a job.
okay, he will survive just like all the other creators. Like everyone will survive without
I know,
TikTok.
it's
We
true,
have
'cause
before.
You can shift to a new platform.
I don't know.
COVID hit, and people lost their jobs. They lost their businesses. Many businesses failed, and they're still failing. You can figure
Here's
it
what I'll
out.
say.
I don't know.
If TikTok,
I don't know. It's TikTok.
If TikTok does get banned, like, what's stopping a different like media?
That
company
was my
from
question.
being like, here's TikTok.
Well,
Just create
too.
something
Yeah, no.
similar and
Here's
call it
TokTik.
Lick Lock. Yeah.
TokTik.
All right, new business idea. We're gonna create.
I think
when TikTok gets banned, we're gonna create a new platform. We'll just change the name, but it's
So
the
I
same
actually
concept.
think there already is one that's been created. I think it's called like Verve. Don't quote me on that, but it's
Oh,
something.
I actually heard
I thought that was an energy bar.
I have no clue.
Okay.
That might be
Probably
wrong.
both.
But I mean, that's how you have to do it. Like TikTok. Like TikTok is
Yeah.
like after Kesha's song TikTok. You have to have
All
some
right,
sort
so
of
we need
confusion.
to,
right?
we'll brainstorm that.
But I think that there's already one created. So we just would have to do it better
Yeah,
than
I feel
whatever
like if
that one
everyone
is.
shifts, then it's fine.
But where there's demand, there will
Yeah.
be plenty of.
So you brought up an interesting comment because college. Abby is about to go up to college.
I am.
She's
So
gonna
is
be
that
a
like
Georgia Bulldog.
A week and a half.
Yeah, I'm down to 10 days.
How
I'm so
gosh.
excited.
How do you feel going to college in the midst of pandemic? Because you had to graduate high school
Yeah.
in the midst of a pandemic, and now you're transitioning. And what some people would say, that's a really big deal going to college. You're
It's a
moving away from your
pivotal time.
yeah, you're moving away from your parents for the first time. You're gonna be on your own. What is that like? That kind of transition?
So it's definitely not it's not a traditional transition, but I'm kind of surprised with myself. I think I'm handling it really well,
Yeah.
honestly. I feel like I haven't put a lot of pressure on my college experience. I think that I'm really excited about going to college, and I recognize that it's definitely going to be different, but I also think that even though college is a really big deal, it's also only 4 years of your life. Like, there is like a life after college too. And I think that people are kind of like, well, this is the worst time for there to be a pandemic. Like, it's the worst time to be our age. And well, I think that there is definitely some truth to that. Like, it sucks. Like, you don't want to be like not be able to socialize with your friends and like say goodbye to a lot of people because of a pandemic. But I think that it'll make later times more special, because I think that like we will get through this, and then I'm like, well, it could be awesome if like junior year I'm still like, oh, this is my first time doing this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
It might spread out like the fun that is freshman year to like later years too.
Yeah.
And then I was also thinking about to like 100 years ago, there was also a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the way of the world and like humans, it's just that there's always going to be challenges like this, you know, like at least it's not like World War II or like the actual Great Depression.
Yeah.
So
Well, what's interesting too is like, so I have a friend and she's going into her senior year of college, so she's devastated.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like with you becoming like, this is like you graduated
Yeah.
and then now you're becoming a freshman. Like this is your first time going through any of this anyway, so
Yeah.
it's no different to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like it would have been challenging
Mhm.
either way because it's still a transition. It's just a different transition than everyone else went through.
Exactly.
So I think that is really interesting. And like I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
This is why I love
I just
you.
like you're so strong. Like
yeah,
I'm so
this is
proud
why I
of
love you because I think
I
you
will
have
say
the
like
best.
this is me today, but like maybe in like 3 weeks I'll be
No.
like on the floor.
I
Like,
mean,
and that's okay too.
I
Like,
think as an,
that's totally
as an
fine.
18-year-old, that is so mature because I know for me, and I think this is because, you know, there's such an emphasis on the college experience.
yes, we put a lot of pressure.
There
on
is
it
a
as
lot
a
of that.
society, I would say.
100%. And
Yeah.
from someone who has done the college experience, gone through college, like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. College is fun. Like, let me preface this. It was
My
fun.
mom says it's the best of times and the worst of times.
It is,
you
but I
know?
feel like that's any stage in life. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that right now in my 20s, postgraduate, best of times, but also worst of times.
But it's crazy
Yeah.
because you look back on any of those times that you thought were terrible and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I wish I had just enjoyed that a little more because
Yeah.
like, this is much harder.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Like,
no, yeah.
it gets better.
I think that's
my mom also says that too.
But it's
We laugh
also
about
so
it 'cause
fun to like
yeah.
get
Yeah.
older and get experience and
Yeah.
we're still basically children trying to learn how the world works like for the
Exactly.
rest of our
We always will
lives.
be.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's the other thing too. I'm trying hard to also, and again, I think I'm feeling like a really good place right now, so it's easy for me to say this. But I also just want to recognize that even though this isn't what I had planned, it's not traditional. It's like also still my life, and I don't want to like just be unhappy in the situation I'm in. You
Wow.
know, like I don't want
love
to
that.
spend these times like years just like mad about it because there's nothing I can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Take
So,
notes. Wow.
yeah.
I think that's an
That's how I'm
awesome
feeling.
mindset.
Yeah, I think that
I'm
that's
trying.
a really good mindset. And I think that's really encouraging, too, for a lot of these students that are about to go and move away to college. Like, you guys are still going to have fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still going to be a great experience. It may be different. It may not be normal, but you're still going to make friends. You're still going to,
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to have to do schoolwork. So, and at the end of the day, you know, my mom always laughed. She was like, we're paying for you to go to school, not your social life. And
Yeah.
it's very true. Classes will be a little bit different, but, you know, I think it'll be kind of cool. I'm really curious to see how your age range and generation, what college looks like and how you guys transition and what that college experience now looks like. If maybe this is kind of like, oh, we put too much of an emphasis on the college experience, you know, and this is more...
Well, it's interesting because it's already headed that way where we're starting to
Yeah.
recognize as just like, I guess, a society that we do put a lot of emphasis on the
So-
college experience.
One thing I will say.
Abby for president, yes. Go vote for Abby. Abby, go run for president at UGA.
But
Start there.
It's really going to be the Abbies of the world, the people that are in your
Yeah.
generation that are actually going to be the tipping point that changes the country, changes society for good.
Well-
Like there's always generations that do that, and like we're due
Yeah.
for another one. So congrats.
Thank you, guys.
You should
Don't
be
ever
president.
lose your
Make me
spark.
blush.
I want to clone you and just like set you out into the world.
I know, like don't go, just
All
stay
18-year-olds.
here.
Well, one thing I will say though about this that I kind of felt a little bit frustrated by, and not to be like I blame society for this thing, but I'm kind of gonna. I think that what you said about putting too much emphasis on the college experience is so true, because I think that all the pressure that my friends and I have been putting on ourselves for the past 4 years, like all the stress, like all the mental, like just crap, you know, like
Yeah.
you've gone through to get to this college experience, and then
Yeah.
to kind of have it like a little bit, you know, like not what we were promised
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I
Yeah.
think that that's something that's just really frustrating. I think it's really food for thought. It's like, well, like look, now we have this generation going to online college, and
Yeah.
we just put like so much pressure on them to get there. Like, was that worth it? And I think
Yeah.
kind of taking a step back, and as like parents and teachers and even for like fellow students, like I think really like
Yeah.
recognizing that college isn't everything.
No, it's like-
important.
I gotta put on my glasses for this because emphasis on the stress is not worth it.
Yeah.
It's really not.
It's not.
It's
So
not.
not. And I think that the fact that
I can say that having gone through
and I
it, did
think
it.
the fact that a
Yeah.
pandemic can ruin it, like, just proves that, or not ruin it, but the fact that there can be a pandemic and plans can fall through and things not work out the way that they're supposed to really just kind of proves that, like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know about y'all, but I feel like that's going to sound words of wisdom with Callie. No, but I feel like quarantine taught everybody kind of something about themselves. Like, I learned a lot, you know, and it's interesting how quarantine, like, one thing I thought about, and COVID, in a sense, it affected everybody. Like, it wasn't something that, like, everyone was affected, but on different levels, you know?
Right.
Like, some people didn't get to graduate. Some people lost jobs. Some people are going to have a different college experience, you know? Like, relationships ended, or, you know, all kinds of things. And that has been so interesting, but I think is so cool,
Yeah.
is the perspective that you have taken and kind of being like, you know what? It is what it is, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Yeah.
And we're all going to transition because we're all in this boat together. It's not like it's just you
Yeah.
going through this alone.
And I'm really grateful that I have this perspective. You know, I do look at some of my friends who, like, their homes, their parents are definitely not as, like, relaxed about things, or they're really feeling the anxiety and kind of, like, taking it in. And, like, I think that's
Yeah.
really hard, and it's really difficult when it's, like, you know, when people are trapped with people for months. Like, sometimes it can be a really good thing, and sometimes it can be,
Yeah.
like, a really, like, bad thing for people.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
my parents decided that it'd be a good idea to renovate their kitchen during.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Our neighbors did that.
Yeah.
Why did people do that?
I do
I
not
know, that sounds
recommend
terrible.
it whatsoever, because we were all home, and of course my parents were not expecting us to be home. It was a zoo, but it was kind of made it funny at the same time. It was kind of fun, because it was just, that's our life. It's just crazy chaos. Might as well
Yeah.
add more to it.
Right.
So,
So funny. Yeah.
but no, I honestly am so excited for you to get to experience college during this time, but also I think your voice and, like, where your headspace is at, you can help other college students. Like, you can go in and kind of be that light and positive energy, which I think is really cool. So I
Thank you.
hope that can
Yeah.
be used for
I also
that.
feel like a lot of your generation has, like, similar sentiment
Yeah.
to it. So I think that that's important to, like, I guess, driving that,
Yeah.
like, wake
Yeah.
up call and seeing, like, how
Totally.
this goes. But I'm so excited for you.
Oh,
All right,
well,
so
thank
we're going to hop off. But before we do,
Yeah.
Abby,
Yeah.
can you give us some Abby advice? Because I feel
Oh my
like this is
gosh.
what the
Yeah.
listeners want.
Oh my gosh.
What is your
that's
best
funny
piece of
about
Abby advice?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard putting me on the spot.
I'm
like
so
that.
sorry.
No, I think that something that I did. Okay, oh my gosh, wait. Okay, I have two things. Then they kind of go together. So and they're both quarantine.
This is gonna be a whole
They're
other
both
side
quarantine
podcast.
learned, and they're totally things I have to remind myself. But one thing I think is zoom out. You know, like I'm such a person who so easily gets caught, like, in, like, the little picture and, like, in what's happening at that time and, like, how I want things to go. But, like, zooming out is so important. Like, I think about how stressed I felt about the college process even, like, a year ago,
Yeah.
and just how I really wish that that wasn't how I felt, but I got so caught up in just, like,
Yeah.
that moment that it was just difficult. And the other thing too I would say is that I'm someone who really, as, like, I like to achieve. Like, I'm definitely I'm a 3 on the Enneagram. I'm an achiever type, you know. But I think it's so important. Something I thought about a lot during quarantine was, like, really reflecting on, like, my years of high school, because I graduated in quarantine, and the things I thought about weren't like, oh, remember when I got that A on that test? Like, that was so awesome. No, I was like, that was not what I was thinking about. I was like, oh.
Yeah, ace biology.
Yeah, no, it was like, oh, my friends, like, these people I met, like, these teachers that I really became close with. Like, I just think it's important to, like, really value the people in our lives and also, like, the relationships.
I
instead
love
of, like,
that.
Yeah, I think that that's great.
achievements.
You're such
Again.
a cool person.
Thank you, Callie.
Yes.
Thank you.
And guys, we want to know what you guys want to hear us talk about
Yeah.
now.
We will be back. I think we're
Yeah.
gonna keep the Abby advice segment.
I like it. We will
No,
Zoom call you
we need
from
to
Athens.
rotate the advice.
We do.
Everyone does their advice segment.
No, we
every
really
Yeah.
need Abby
episode.
advice.
Okay.
That's the only way
Yeah.
this is gonna work.
But yeah, let us know what you want to hear Vanessa and I talk about.
Yes, and who you guys
If you
want
even
to
want to
see
hear
on our
us
show.
talk.
But
yeah.
thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon, this Tuesday
Yes,
afternoon.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to leave you with a slogan, but I don't have one
Do you
yet.
have some words of wisdom you want to leave? I feel like I can't top Abby, honestly.
I can't. There's no way
Drink
to
your
top that.
liqueur.
Taco Tuesday.
Today.
It's Taco
Just
Tuesday.
like,
Go get a taco
LaCroix,
today.
if you want to sponsor us, reach out to my people.
LaCroix.
I'll have them contact your people. Will be great. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, so much, and thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.